Well, welcome back into my home. I'm Chef Elliot, and we're going to be preparing another healthy dish today. But today's dish, the recipe is coming from our local grocery store, Kroger. And you can get these little things in the mail if you're one of Kroger's frequent shoppers. They'll send it to you in the mail. And it has some wonderful, healthy recipes that's real easy, very inexpensive. So today we're going to make some marinated grilled chicken with a lemon gremolata. And we're going to put it on a bed of couscous and just kind of garnish that with some of our red onions, our sliced tomatoes, and some green onions. And it's going to be so good. So let's get started, shall we? Now what I've gone ahead and done for you is prepared the marinated chicken, and I'll tell you exactly what's in this. What we did was we put about a half of the some lemon rinds that we had, and here's some lemon rinds that I already have right here. You can do that. Just slice up a lemon, just slice it and dice it and make the lemon rinds right there. We use 2 large cloves of fresh garlic. We use 2 teaspoons of some curry. Now the recipe calls for cumin, but I substituted that with some curry powder. We used about a half a teaspoon of some ground black pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of some kosher salt, and then we're going to use it with about a 1/4 cup of olive oil and go on and marinate that and grill it over there in this grill we have. Now to marinate it, you want to marinate it after you put all of those ingredients together. You're going to whisk that up real good. You're going to take your boneless, skinless chicken breast, and you can get that from your local Publix or your local Kroger store, your local grocery store, and you're going to marinate that in your refrigerator for about 1 to 8 hours tops. And so this is what is going to come out once you have marinated that. Real good chicken breast. Oh, it smells good before we even put it on the grill. So I have some virgin olive oil. You know, I love that virgin olive oil because it's much healthier than just vegetable oil. And we're just going to let this grill up to about 375 degrees. And I believe we're already there. I kind of had it heating up ahead of time. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put our chicken breasts in here and let them start cooking. And use your tongue. Oh, doesn't that smell good? You hear that sizzle? That lets me know that our grease, our oil is ready. And you don't want to start grilling without the grease, the oil being up to temperature. So let's turn it down a little bit. Now while that's grilling, let's go on and get started on our couscous. And couscous, we're going to today use whole grain couscous. It's kind of like a rice. It's one of those acquired tastes, but I love it. It's healthy and it's good. And we're just going to follow the simple recipe that's on the back. I already have some water boiling. About 1 1/4 cup of water, 2 tablespoons of olive oil that we have in here boiling. And what we're going to do now is we're going to add our couscous straight from the box. And it comes with a nice seasoning pack. So let's open that up and let's add that right in there. Oh, look at that. And this seasoning is because we have a roasted garlic and olive oil. And couscous comes in different flavors. You can get plain or you can get a flavored couscous, just like a regular rice. And I like to have a little flavor with my couscous, don't you? So let's just mix this up a little bit. And we're just stirring it to mix the seasonings up with the couscous. It's not going to take but maybe 5 minutes once you have that water boiling. And you don't want to add that couscous until the water actually starts boiling. So we have that in there. And according to the directions on the box, it says cover, bring back to a boil, and then cover, remove from heat, and let it stand for about 5 minutes. And that's it. That's a simple thing, right? Now let's get back over here to our grilled chicken that's going on. Oh, doesn't that look good? Let's turn it over just a little bit. Doesn't that look good? Wow, and you can see the curry color, that yellow tinge, and that's from the curry powder. Oh my God, this smells so good. And this is kind of what it's going to look like when you're mixing all of those ingredients that I mentioned to you at the beginning. And you just want to whisk it. This is a wire whisk. And you're just going to whisk it up real good. Now, we would have had a little more oil in there, but it was saturated with the chicken, and that's what you want because that's going to keep that chicken real nice and juicy for you. And just put the chicken in there, and you can already buy the chicken already marinated. I mean, not already marinated, but already skinned and deboned, and just put it in there, or you can actually do it yourself. But if you can buy it, it's only just a few cents extra. Go on and get it already done for you. Save yourself some time. And just put that in there. Let's check on our couscous to see if it's boiling. And it is. So we're going to take that off the heat, and we're just going to leave it. Let it sit for 5 minutes. And while we're letting that brown on that side, let's go on, and what we're going to make is now our gremolata. And what we need right here, we need about a 1/4 cup of fresh parsley, the recipe says, finely chopped. So here I have some fresh parsley. I have my nice cutting board, and notice I have a towel, and this is a wet towel that we have under our cutting board, and we want to put it on our cutting board so the cutting board won't move. You don't want to accidentally cut any fingers or anything like that by a slip of the cutting board. So take about a few sprigs, get your knife, and let's just cut it up. Some nice fresh parsley. I've already pre-rinsed it for you, patted it dry with a nice towel. And we're just going to chop that up real fine. Oh, that chicken smells good. And just kind of cut it up some more. You want it as finely chopped as possible. Now, it's better to use fresh. I know we have the dry parsley that we can get in the bottles, but listen, it's not going to give you the same justice. So go on and get your fresh parsley. Again, you can get it in your local grocery store. We got all of these ingredients right here at our local Kroger. So we're chopping that up real nice. And what we're doing again is making our lemon remoulade. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So let's just put this in our glass dish here. And don't worry about making a little mess. Some of it may get on the little side. It's okay. Those who enjoy the finished product can clean up for you. How about that? Okay, so now it says add a teaspoon of garlic minced. I already have that for you. And we're going to mince it. Use fresh garlic. And you're going to do it the same way that you have your parsley. Or you can actually already buy it already minced. I just prefer to use fresh garlic and mince it myself. But it's okay to use pre-minced garlic. That won't change the taste of it for you at all. Now we're going to add 2 teaspoons of the preserved lemon rind, minced. Now we have to actually make that. I have the lemons already minced for you. So in order to get that recipe like we need it, we're going to have to saute these lemon rinds in some olive oil. We're going to add a little salt, and we're going to add a little sugar. So let's come back over here. Before we go over there, let's just turn this one more time. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? Can you see that? Let me see if I can get that aroma smelling to you. You smell that, audience? Oh my God, the kitchen in Chef Elliot's kitchen is smelling good in here today. But let's come back over here. We already have our saucepan, and we're just going to heat it up. Let's add some olive oil. About a tablespoon. A pinch of salt. How about a pinch and a half? And a pinch of sugar. And what we're going to do is let that heat up. And we're going to take our lemon, our minced lemon that we have right here, and we're going to saute that. And to saute, you just want it to be just tender enough, not overcooked, but not undercooked either. So let's stir this up. Make sure our oil is nice and hot here. And this dish, believe it or not, is almost finished. Okay, we have our oil nice and hot here. So let's go on ahead and add our lemon. And let's just begin to saute it. And to saute again, you want it to be tender. So you're just going to keep stirring, mixing that salt, that sugar, and that virgin olive oil. And you're just getting that nice and tender. And you're using the lemon rind as well. You don't want to peel the lemon. You want to use the rind as well. The rind gives it a nice flavor, that lemony flavor, that zest that you're looking for. And that's what the recipe is going to call for. So we got that sizzling. You hear it sizzling over here? Oh my goodness. Let's check on our chicken again while this sauteing is just about finished. You want to saute usually about 2 minutes max, and you're going to be good with the sauteing because we didn't have a lot to saute. These were some pretty nice, thick size chicken breasts, so it takes a little bit longer to cook them all the way through. And you want, with poultry, you want to cook them all the way through. If you're going to check the temperature, you want to make sure it gets up to 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Don't undercook poultry. You don't want to get bacteria in you and get sick from food poisoning, okay? So always cook all of your poultry dishes all the way through, okay? But that's smelling good. Probably a size this magnitude, about 15 minutes max, if that. Let's check over here again. And we can turn this off. And you see that? That's a nice lemony glaze there. So we've sauteed that. Actually, we're going to bring it over here and let's add that to our dish to finish out this portion of our lemon remoulade. Add that in there. Can you see that? I want to make sure you can see. Add that in there. And what we're going to do, we're just going to mix all that together. Just stir it together. What do we have in here? Remember, we did some finely chopped parsley. We did some minced garlic that we minced ourselves, so you can actually buy it already minced. And you want to use fresh parsley. And then we added our preserved lemon rind. And it's almost making like a paste. So you have that there. Oh my God, that smells so good. So we have that together. Also, you can check your chicken if you don't have a thermometer. You can take your knife and just pierce it with the tip of the knife. And if there's clear juices that run out, your chicken is done. And we see clear juices, so guess what? Our chicken is done. So let's just turn that off. And what we're gonna do, kind of let it drain a little bit. Remember, we're staying healthy. Even though we use olive oil, we don't want to overdo. Don't want to overdo the olive oil. And just put it here on our cutting board, because we're going to let it rest for about 2 or so minutes. And then we're going to slice it. Can you see that? Oh my God. Let's go on and get our plate. And let's get ready to plate. Let's look at our couscous. Let me just get a spoon here. Let's stir that couscous up. Oh, you see that there, audience? Oh my God. It came out perfect. All of our liquid is absorbed in the couscous. And so what we want to do is just plate some couscous on the bottom. And you're wondering, why is it brown? Remember, we use wheat. And put everything, you know, I like to center it in the plate. So let's put that on there. And we're going to eat family style. So let's add just a little bit more. Got some people in the background, they're waiting, they're licking their lips, waiting to taste it. And I want them to taste it. Now let's kind of garnish our plate. Move this out the way here. Let's take some of these red onions. And these are just some chopped red onions. You can buy them already chopped. Again, these came from our local Kroger store. Take some of our green onions. And what we're doing is just garnishing this couscous here. I love color. Love color. Presentation, I tell you, is everything. And then we're going to take some of these sliced tomatoes and just put around the plate to bring out more color there. Doesn't that look good already? They haven't even put the chicken on top yet. And look at that. Now, let's take our chicken and we're going to slice it about a 1/2 inch thick, the slices. Nice thin slices. Oh my God, this smells so heavenly. I wish you could smell it. But listen, you can make this dish right in your own home. Smell the aromas and then partake of it. This is good, everybody. And it's real simple. Again, this is just a recipe that we got in the mail from Kroger. Okay. And let's take that and let's put that on top of our couscous, our bed of couscous that we have. Let me wash my hands here, wipe my hands. And that gremolata that we made, guess what we're gonna do? Let me get one more spoon here. We're gonna just drizzle a little bit right on top of that. And guess what? This dish is finished. That's it. That is it. We have a full meal here. If you want to have a nice glass of wine, some white wine, to go with this dish, about a 1/2 glass. You want to keep it healthy. That would be all right. And that's the dish, everybody. This is our local grocery store Kroger's marinated grilled chicken with lemon gremolata. Bon appetit. I'm going to take me a nice little bite. Oh my God. That is good. Once you try it at home, you'll feel the same way. Till next time, you're in the kitchen with Chef Elliot. Bye-bye now.